Hi everybody! Welcome back to class. Sorry I can't be here today, I'm just not feeling great. Today what you will be doing together with different partners in the room is practicing your Never Shall I Forget poem out loud. So you're going to read it out loud, and of course you're going to read it to the punctuation! Because that is how poetry should be read, to the punctuation. That's where the style of a poem comes out. That's where the emphasis and the understanding of the meaning behind the poem also comes out. And so, what you'll be doing is reading the punctuation out loud with emphasis and passion and understanding of how you restructured Elie Wiesel's words, but you will also be listening in on your partner's reading of the poem. And then when you switch partners, that reading of the poem. And then when you switch partners again, that reading of the poem, etc., so on and so forth. And so, in listening to these different readings, what I'd like you to do is focus on how the poems change. And if they do they change in meaning, or do they simply change in structure? That's the goal of today as you're listening to these. Do they change in meaning, or do they simply change in structure? Anyways, let's just briefly review here the types of pauses you can have. So obviously when you have no punctuation, you have no pause. You're going full speed ahead. You're not in any way stopping. So if you have no punctuation or have taken out punctuation, you're simply going to push forward, even if it means reading from one line to the next after a line break. There should be no breath after every line. It should just be pushing forward. Commas, the closest to having no punctuation at all. Commas have the fastest stop. So it's probably not even a full breath of a stop. It's just a simple, tiny pause. Semicolons indicate more of a substantial pause. More weight is attached to them. And periods indicate a full stop. So where you might take a breath with a semicolon, a period suggests you take a moment, almost like a reflective pause, instead of just a regular pause, a reflective pause. There is weight and emphasis and something kind of pulling down, weighing down, grounding the poem whenever you hear a period. Exclamation marks are, of course, emphasis, and question marks have that rising woo at the end. So if you use either of those, you do have to do the appropriate vocal indicator with those. Other than that, if you have other unique forms of punctuation, more power to you. Please read with those forms in mind. Also, just to get you warmed up and started here in the last minute of this video, thank you for listening and paying attention. I'm very sad I'm not there today to hear how this exercise goes. But tomorrow you will read these to me individually, so this practice is to help you for tomorrow, to make sure that you've got it right. Anyways, just for your sake, I'm going to read this poem that you see up here on the board. Maybe you've been reading it, who knows, but it's called Holocaust, and it's by Barbara Sonek. I'm just going to read it to the punctuation so you get the idea and you're all jazzed and ready to go once I'm done. So this is Holocaust by Barbara Sonek. We played. We laughed, we were loved. We were ripped from the arms of our parents and thrown into the fire. We were nothing more than children. We had a future. We were going to be lawyers, rabbis, wives, teachers, mothers. We had dreams, then we had no hope. We were taken away in the dead of night like cattle in cars, no air to breathe, smothering, crying, starving, dying, separated from the world to be no more. From the ashes, hear our plea. This atrocity to mankind cannot happen again. Remember us, for we were the children whose dreams and lives were stolen away. So thank you for listening, and good luck today with reading your Never Shall I Forget poems out loud.